right here. You see? Man, I can't believe I'm finally doing this. This camera, this camera. All right, here we are. I probably should have started this probably about 2 years ago, but fear. That's the constant thing that I think gets everybody, the fear, the overthinking of if I drop that first video, what's all the things that can go wrong? And that's probably what I've been thinking for the past 2 years. Not just everything that can go wrong, but thinking everything had to be perfect. What my mic look like? What's my setup? What camera I need? Should I do it on the phone or not? What platform? Is the name right? What's the brand? Do I have a background? All these different things that you realize your mind just kind of talks you out of the things that you know you need to do. The things that if you was just to 1, 2, 3 go and do it, I think you'll be pretty good at it. There's no perfect way. I think that's what makes it a little bit more authentic. And I think it took me a long time just to get to that point. Now, here and there, I would do a few things, drop videos, drop content, but it was never consistent because it was always that fact of overthinking of maybe this is just not the right info. Maybe this ain't the right angle. Maybe I got to do it like this. And you just consume so much information, you start comparing, and you got to just clean the slate and you just got to go and do it. What led to this point of me finally getting to the point of creating a channel? And when I talk about creating a channel, the one thing that I'm known for is motivation, inspiration, life talks, just real life things, just from an authentic point of view. And I think a lot of people around me, that's kind of when I have those organic conversations, always like, drop your YouTube channel, drop your content. We want to hear it. And I think just what got me to this point was actually a conversation I was having with my daughter. She kind of has a little bit of like, I guess, social anxiety, and I was kind of having a conversation about, hey, you can't be scared. Like, you got to be able to go out and do things, get outside your comfort zone. Most of the time, it's the things in our head that is really stopping us from doing the things that we want to do because we're so easy to talk ourselves out of it. We create these unnecessary fears that if I do this, everyone is going to laugh at me. If I do this, or go to this place or try to meet new people, I'm thinking about the worst case scenario. And I was pretty much telling us that 9 times out of 10, none of those things ever happen. And you actually have a way better experience than what your mind told you to have. So I was telling her to just do it. And while I was saying that, everything was clicking to me. It's just like, you got to take your own advice, man. Like, you got to lead by example. And I think at this point of my life in this stage, is not the fact that I don't think that I'm nervous or fearful. I think it's just always coming up with that excuse. Like I said, it's like you look at things and then you have to ask yourself that main question. So when I ask myself the question, why haven't you started your channel, man? Oh, well, I don't have the right camera. That's an excuse. Um, oh, mic, you need a certain type of mic. I see everybody got this mic. That's an excuse. Now I got to get my area. I got to get my content place. I got to get this area fixed up. I got to fix my desktop. That's an excuse. I don't know where I want to film it at. And then I don't have a plan on what I'm going to say. It's an excuse. And when I got down to it to realize how many excuses I gave myself, it was really to the point, am I going to do it or aren't I going to do it? And for the ones that compare, I don't recommend you do. You start realizing you wasted or still wasting, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's been in this boat for a long time. You are wasting valuable time because you are sitting there thinking about all the things that you could have done, and years are passing because today turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week it turns into next month. Then you're having a New Year's resolution. Before you know it, 2, 3, 4 years pass by. And I think the only difference, if you're comparing yourself from you and other people, is they hit record. They put their content out there. You got to figure out it ain't even about trying to figure out what your content is. Most of the time we already have it in our head, what we want to do, what we want to talk about, what our niche is, but we're just not putting it out there. We're just having all these boundaries that we put up on ourselves, and I think we just have to go. And I think the second thing to be honest about with myself is I have to be consistent. And I think this is the first video that I'm making to hold myself accountable, but to look back, if I keep going, to say, dang, this is the day I press record. And from that day to where I am now, look what everything came from it. So I think this is a big milestone for me to be able to get to this point. So today I'm declaring I'm tired of procrastinating. I'm tired of overthinking. Today marks the day of the beginning of Rich Motivates, and not just beginning of Rich Motivates because he already's been around, but I think giving that Rich Motivates that I always felt like that I should have been given, and holding a lot of things back into myself, and be able to give that out to everyone. I think the biggest thing is like what I tell myself is that I'm so busy about reaching out to so many different people that I'm already setting myself up for failure. I already know a lot of people ain't gonna like my content. A lot of people, it's not gonna be their cup of tea, right? I think that's why we have different options. That's why when you go to the grocery store, you have different breads you can buy. You got different flavors of ice cream. You got all these different things. So whatever my content is gonna fit that niche and that crowd that needs to hear what I have to say. So this is going to be more about gym content, real talks, daily quotes, leadership values. Just I think I have quite a bit of insight, a lot of things that I just experiences. I have a whole lot of different experiences that I've been through, but just to be able to get that stuff out there and be able to start this channel and just give somebody or everybody very good quality of the things that I have to talk about on a daily basis, whether that's just waking up and needing some inspiration, maybe if that's needing some experience with something, or just be able to see somebody and say, I'm going through the same thing this person is, it seems like they are on the same level as me because I experienced the same thing that that person experienced. Someone looking at this video right now is probably looking and saying, I'm glad somebody said it because I've been dealing with the same thing too. I have not pressed record yet, and I have so many different things to say, do, and so forth. So that's my goal. So with that being said, welcome to Rich Motivates. Welcome to something I should have started 2 years ago, but I'm here now and I'm not stopping.